Hi guys, up to now we've learned how to solve the system of two equations with two variables, and in this video we're going to talk about how to solve the system of equations with three equations and three variables. So we've got our three equations here, and in each equation we have three variables. Our variables are x and y and z here, and each equation represents a plane. And what is a plane? A plane is a flat surface that is infinitely large with no thickness and no edges. And you need to consider that a line is defined by 2 points, but a plane is defined by 3 points. And if two planes intersect, they intersect in a line. But here we have three equations or three planes, and the intersection of three planes is a point. That point is what we are going to find, and we are gonna see where these planes intersecting using the elimination or addition subtraction method. Okay, so let's start. At the beginning, what we're gonna make sure of is that all our equations should be written in a standard form. I mean that all our variables on the left side and all our constant numbers on the right side. And as can be seen, all our equations are written in a standard form. What you're gonna do next is to pick any two pairs of equations that you want. For instance, in here, I've chosen the first and second equation as a first pair and the second and third equation as the second pair. After that, what we're gonna do is to eliminate the same variable from both pairs of equations. Okay, now we're gonna start by trying to eliminate one of the variables. I'm gonna eliminate the variable x from each pair, and could also start with eliminating y or z as well, but let's go ahead and eliminate the variable x first. Okay, these two equations are our first pair, okay, and we are gonna eliminate the variable x, and for that we need to multiply the second equation by -2, and if we add these together, actually the variable x will be cancelled. So I'm gonna bring down this equation here, and we will have 2x plus 3y plus z equals 5, and I'm gonna have this equation times -2 here, and we'll have -2x -8y -4z equals -6, and we are gonna add this together. So we'll have here 2x minus 2x, the variable x will be cancelled, and 3y -8y, we'll have -5y here, positive z minus 4z, will have -3z equals, on the right side I have 5 minus 6, overall -1. Okay, about our second pair here, these are our equations, and we're gonna, again, this time we have to cancel the variable x. So we will have to multiply this equation by -3. So if we add this together, the variable x will be cancelled. So let's do this. Okay, we'll have this equation times -3, which is gonna be -3x here, -12y, -3 times 2z equals -6z equals -3 times 3, which is gonna be -9, and I'm gonna bring down this equation here. This is 3x plus y plus 3z equals 14, and I'm gonna add this together, and that's gonna give us -3x plus 3x, the variable x will be cancelled, -12y plus y, -11y, and -6z plus 3z, overall -3z equals -9 plus 14, and it's gonna be 5. So as can be seen, actually now we're down to two equations just with two variables, and we already know how to solve the two equations with two variables. So just let's do it and find the variable y and z here. Okay, our equations are -5y, -3z equals -1, and -11y, -3z equals 5 here. And after that, we're gonna subtract these equations because here we have negative 3z and here negative 3z, and if we subtract these together, the variable z will be cancelled, and negative 5y minus negative 11y overall positive 6y equals negative 1 minus 5 overall negative 6. And from here y is gonna be negative 1. So we found our variable y, and now we're gonna just by substituting it in one of these equations we will get the variable z as well. I'm gonna use the first equation here. Negative 5 times negative 1 minus 3z equals negative 1, and negative 5 times negative 1 is just gonna be 5 minus 3z equals negative 1. I'm gonna have this constant number on the right side, so that it's gonna be negative 3z on the left side, and negative 1 minus 5 overall negative 6. And from here z is gonna be equal to 2. Again, now we get two variables, and we need to find our variable x that we have omitted. So the variable y equals negative 1 and the variable z equals 2, and here we can substitute y and z in one of these equations here to get the variable x. And I'm gonna use the first equation here. We have 2 times x plus 3 times y is negative 1 here, plus z, which is equal to 2, equals overall here 5, exactly there. 2x plus 3 times negative 1 here plus 2, which is gonna be negative 3, 2, negative 1, and 6 overall on the right side here. Actually here it is negative 3, and 2 times x equals 6. X is gonna be positive 3. So the answer to this equation is actually our x is 3, our y is negative 1, and our z is 2 here. So we can also check our answer by substituting this point actually in one of these two equations. We can choose whatever we want, and I'm gonna use the second equation. Okay, we have 3 here plus 4y, y is negative 1, overall it's gonna be negative 4, plus 2z, and z here is 2. Okay, actually 2 times 2 is gonna be 4, so negative 1 plus 4 is gonna be 3, and the answer is overall true.